Is it possible? Or is it even necessary? Well, let's start with the last question first. Why necessary? Well, we must teach those with serious disabilities that hinder their learning to live as successfully as possible with other people. Now, this includes their sexual behavior. But rather than teach, which is somewhat difficult, it becomes a training situation with as much explanation as they can absorb.
Penis. Say penis.
Penis.
Louder.
Penis.
Give me another word for penis.
Prick.
Prick.
Peter.
Peter.
Clock.
Cock.
Rod.
Rod.
Dick.
Dick.
Prick.
Prick. We've got it.
Me.
What?
Ding
Me?
dong. Ding dong.
Ding dong.
Wand.
One. Right one.
Wiener.
Wiener.
Talking about and using sexual terminology is difficult for many people because of the guilt and embarrassment from our heritage.
Okay, let's all say them, okay? Prick.
Prick.
Peter. Cock. Rod. Dick. Meat. Ding dong. Wand. Wiener. Tool. Joint.
The other things that make a man and a woman different. Okay? Now, what about up here? Are they the same?
Not as a man.
No. Okay. Nancy, do you know what a woman has up here? What are these called? Do you know a word? Do you know a word for those?
No.
Any word? Anybody?
I do.
Breast. Breast.
The breast.
Okay. Do you know any other words for those?
Tits.
Tits. Okay. Right.
I found some pictures that might help explain what happens. This is the male penis here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you know what can happen to this? In other words, it's soft at this time.
Gets hard.
It does get hard.
Yeah.
Now, you had asked me how it gets hard, right?
How it doesn't get hard.
Well, there's a picture of the male penis. This is the same man with the penis getting hard. Every man's penis can get hard at certain times. Do you ever have that happen to you?
Once in a while.
Yeah. Do you ever wonder about it?
Yeah, I wonder about
Yeah.
that.
What usually happens after it gets hard?
When I go to sleep at night.
Yeah.
It fix up it, go in the toilet, then it goes down.
Very good. You know, inside the male penis, there are a lot of little blood vessels in there,
Okay.
inside, and these kind of swell up, and that's how it gets hard. And it's a very normal thing. Every boy goes through that. Every boy goes through that. You realize that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As long as you know that.
Sandy, we're going to talk again about the parts of your body, okay? And the fact that a girl has 3 holes between her legs.
Yeah.
3. How many, Sandy?
3.
Okay, now let's look at this picture. Okay?
Yes.
You see that? This hole here is the hole where you make a BM,
Yes.
and it's called your rectum.
Yes.
Okay? And this hole here is the hole from which you pee when you go to the bathroom or urinate.
Yes. What else would you use it for?
Well, that's just used to urinate.
No, it's not. It's used to menstruate, too.
No, that's another hole, and we'll talk about that.
Yes.
Have
you
them
show it.
repeat, if possible, to show that the lesson is being understood. And then, a few days or a week later, review the exercise to check on the progress. As a first step in understanding reproduction, we need to prepare trainables for the emotional and physical changes in their bodies. Children need this information before they reach puberty. Adolescents and adults who have never had this training need this knowledge as a foundation.
Hey, Frank. How come you haven't gotten up yet?
I'm waiting sticky.
Oh. When did that happen? Did it happen during the night? Or did it just happen now? Do you know?
No.
Well, if you're sticky, maybe it was a wet dream. Do you know what a wet dream is?
No.
Well, you know, how old are you now? You must be about,
Oh, excuse me, Ricky. Ricky, I did see what you were doing. It felt good, didn't it? It's all right. We all have feelings like this sometimes. I'm just glad you're doing this in the privacy of your own room. When you're a little bit older, we'll have to talk more about these feelings and what causes them and how we can control these feelings. I'm sorry I intruded on your privacy. I'll be sure to knock next time, okay?
This manner of response frees the child of guilt and assures him he is normal. It opens communication between parent and child and introduces the concept of responsibility for his behavior. Sex education should also involve instructing them how to recognize and avoid sexual exploitation. Trainables are particularly vulnerable because of common characteristics of trust, lack of judgment, and desire for affection. These individuals must be trained and exposed to well-supervised social situations in order to relate to both sexes.